Did you know Starbucks isn't a coffee company? It's one of the biggest unregulated banks in America, and you're funding it. Right now, Starbucks is sitting on over $1.8 billion of your money. Not in coffee beans, not in real estate, but in pure, unspent digital cash. If Starbucks were a real bank, they'd be ranked in the top 400 largest financial institutions in the country. They hold more cash in gift cards than 3,500 actual US banks combined. I'm going to let you in on a massive secret that will permanently change how you see your morning coffee. And at the end, I'll expose the breakage loophole.
What they hide.
Think about your typical Tuesday. You're running late, your brain is foggy, and you pull into that green and white drive-thru. You don't even think about it. It's a ritual. You smell the roasted beans, and you feel that Pavlovian response kick in. You need that hit. You open the app, tap reload, and boom, $25 disappears from your bank account and moves into the Starbucks ecosystem. You feel smart. You're earning stars. You're getting that free cake pop eventually, right? That's what they call it internally. A self-sustaining loop of rewards, personalization, and payments designed to keep your money inside their walls. We've all bought into the story. Starbucks is the third place. It's not home, it's not work, it's that sophisticated middle ground where you go to feel like a productive member of society for $6. The whole country assumes they're just a premium coffee roaster with a really slick app. They're basically our neighborhood barista on a global scale. That convenience is actually the ultimate bait and switch. If Starbucks is just a coffee shop, why are they spending hundreds of millions of dollars perfecting a digital wallet instead of, I don't know, sourcing better beans? Why does their app feel more like a fintech product than a menu? See, when you reload your card, you aren't actually buying coffee. You're making a deposit. But here's the glitch. Unlike a real bank, Starbucks doesn't have to follow the same rules. If you put money in a Chase or Wells Fargo account, they have to keep a certain amount of cash on hand. They have to pay for FDIC insurance. They have to tell the government exactly what they're doing with your bread. There are laws about capital requirements and reserve ratios to make sure the bank doesn't just gamble your rent money away. But Starbucks? They just finessed the system. They've convinced over 30 million active rewards members to hand over an interest-free loan with zero strings attached. Think about it. If they went to a bank for a $1.8 billion loan to build new stores or buy back their own stock, they'd be paying millions in interest every single month. Instead, they get that capital from you, for free, in exchange for a digital star. Let's do some napkin math on the float. The float is the time between when you load the money and when you actually spend it. During that time, Starbucks is the one holding the bag, a very heavy bag of cash. They can use that $1.8 billion to fund their operations, pay off high-interest debt, or invest it into short-term markets to earn even more interest. They are essentially their own venture capital firm, and you are the unwitting investor. And here's where the rigged game gets psychological. Think of it like a landlord who doesn't own the building, but still collects the rent in advance. When you load $25 onto that app, your brain does something dangerous. It recategorizes that money. It's no longer real money, it's Starbucks points. This is the psychological friction killer. You might hesitate to pull out a physical $5 bill for a latte when you're trying to save, and it hurts to let it go. But tapping a screen with preloaded digital tokens? That feels free. They've gamified the spending process to the point where you stop looking at the price and start looking at the progress bar for your next reward. They rigged the game to make you spend more. And they did it by removing the pain of paying. But it gets deeper. Why aren't they regulated like a bank? Because technically, they sell stored value cards. Since you can only spend that money at Starbucks, the government doesn't classify them as a financial institution. They've built a closed-loop economy. It's a private currency that only has value inside their stores. But I promised you a darker secret. The breakage loophole. This is the part where they really pull the wool over your eyes. Every year, people lose their phones. They forget about that old gift card in their junk drawer. They move to a city without a Starbucks. Maybe they have 47 cents left on their app, And they figure, whatever, I can't buy anything with that anyway. In the accounting world, this is called breakage. Now, 47 cents doesn't seem like much to you, but multiply that by 30 million people. In 2024 alone, Starbucks reported over $200 million in breakage revenue. That is $200 million in pure 100% margin profit from money that was simply forgotten. That's money you handed over and never claimed back. In 2021, they made $155 million from this. By 2024, it hit $207 million. And it's growing every year because the more people they get onto the app, the more change gets left behind in the digital sofa cushions. You want to protect your wallet? Stop using the auto reload. When you auto reload, you stop seeing the money leave your actual bank account. Treat that app like a debit card, not a gift. Only load exactly what you're going to spend right then and there. Better yet, just pay with a credit card that actually gives you the rewards and the protection, instead of letting Starbucks hold onto your cash for free. And don't think they're the only ones. Amazon, Walmart, Apple, everyone is trying to build their own closed-loop ecosystem. They all want to be your bank so they can spend your money before you even decide what to buy.